Hi, so today we are going to see a much discussed topic all over the internet, but believe me, even before internet was massive topic of discussion among Chinese of different Taijiquan schools, among different styles even, and other martial arts toward Taijiquan, so even way before internet, but of course with internet, and later on we will see also why, we have this huge, series of different understandings towards what? Tuishou, which per se means pushing hands, like I have two hands, pushing hands. Of course, the term itself doesn't actually mean anything, just like the other Taijiquan terms, like sanshou, free hands. What does it mean? Can mean everything and nothing. It depends by your understanding and what actually you got from your teacher, your school, your line, the place where you have learned it. It changed completely the term, because the term is such a simple term. Just like qi, just like jing, just like yi. It depends by your understanding and what your master knows and what your master told you that these terms means. So, in base of my researches, which means that I live 20 years in Asia, 10 of which living and working in Beijing, learning not only Mandarin, contemporary Mandarin, but also studying the text of traditional Chinese, learning about the masters through the documents, through the articles that was published at the beginning of the last century or later on, and learning about the people who met these masters, asking them actual practical questions. So in all of these years, I have developed an understanding of what is Tuishou, which I'm willing to share, but not only, I'm willing to share not to make your practice useless. Say, oh, well, I did Tuishou in this way for many, many years. It works for me. It's fine. Why you have to destroy with your know-how and stuff what I actually think is right, what I know is right, what it works for me. Yeah, so basically what it works for you is fine, but it won't be Taijiquan. It will be your Taijiquan, your personal vision about it, which is fine, Just I think, at least that's what I think in the way that I proceed with my researches and trainings. I actually want to know what is for the Chinese people who invented this art, who invented this technology. So, what is Tuishou? Tuishou, it's just a tiny part of a long training sequence. I call it sequence or system for a reason, because there are steps. If you don't follow with calm and with a master that follows your progress, these steps, you won't actually reach the end game and have the fullness of Taijiquan. One of the steps is called Tuishou. It could be performed in many actually different ways. There are some lines who have 13 styles of Tuishou, some others have over 36, some others just 4, and so on and so on. Of course, China is so big that everyone has his version of it. But the core element, the actual meaning of what we are doing, could be very different from what you think it is. So Tuishou, as you could have seen in your gym or on YouTube, if you haven't done it, Taijiquan as first experience, maybe you saw just on YouTube, it looks like that there are two people fronting each other in a kind of a competitive setup, rotating with each other the hands in some ways. It could be in this way, it could be in this way, it could be in this way, could be in this way, but pretty much is the same concept. Someone is attacking, I defend, then I move away his force, then I attack back. I can do it with one hand, fixed step, I can do it in movement, I can do it going around, I can go in back and forth, but the substance doesn't actually change. What we see is always the same thing. But there are many, many mysteries about that. There are some Chinese schools who just do it for a long time without any competitive approach. So it means no one wants to prevail over the other part. Just going round and round for hours with one hand, then they change on the other side, and then change on the other side, and they try with the next one. Some other just do it pretty much as a judo or jiu-jitsu practice. They approach each other in a kind of relaxed manner. They touch each other, they start to touch the hands or the arms or even the torso, and then at a certain point they try to overcome the opponent force or to push and pull with as much strength as they can, becoming some sort of judo practice, often way cheaper and lower level than any judo, but it gives them some kind of pleasure to do that because it's competitive, so someone wins, someone loses, and become, for some, a kind of way to test their Taijiquan. So just like Taijiquan is some sort of wrestling. Fine, are just two sides of a very wrong misunderstanding. Tuishou, it's a way to express the power that you should have developed in your previous steps of the practice, which is Neigung, Weigung, the long form, the complex and easier circulation, the trainings that you have done before develop a sort of understanding, power, but then how you can actually test it under pressure. You need Tuishou, which of course at the beginning you won't have developed much internal power, so you just push what you can, and the other person, your opponent, your companion, will push just what he can with the right power, not with your muscular power. Then you try to move your center and your energy toward him. He will accept and test his pen. Lu, Ji, An. So there are four forces that you need to articulate, that you need to have developed before and put into action in Tuishou. Does it become competitive? No. But it's a test of force. So if my four gates, if my four energies are way more developed than his, I will be very easily, without any effort, without any special extra muscular effort, without any particular intention, voluntary intention, just applying the force and thinking about me without thinking about him, I will very easily take his force, move it away, moving his center, and so he will be out of balance, detached from the ground, and will probably just do this. The problem of hoping that many people have. Hoping is a natural consequence of this process. Because of course, I'm pushing you with all of my weight. I'm pushing you with all of my strength, internal strength. So if you are same as me, as level, we just rotate and test each other. Fine. If you're at a lower level, of course I will just detach you from the ground and move your center. So you will naturally feel in this way. Of course, there are some people who do it fake, but that's nothing that I can say about it. Business is business. I understand there are people who do it fake, are charlatans, are really the worst people possible. But there are charlatans in many different things, in kickboxing, boxing. You don't have to come to Taijiquan for see those kind of charlatans. There are in any sport combat, there are people who don't know what they are doing, they get millions of followers, they do competitions even, that they win things, but they still don't know what they are doing. So winning the trophy doesn't make you someone who knows what he's doing. It makes you good at what you're doing. So if someone get millions of followers saying something that is clearly wrong, means he's doing something right on the marketing level. Maybe introduce himself very good, or maybe he's good at speaking. Could be anything, but that, believe me, doesn't happen only in Taijiquan. I have people in boxing, in kickboxing, in Muay Thai in Thailand, same. Usually the best ones are the ones that nobody listens to, because are more serious, are less agreeable, are less nice most of the time, but they know what they're doing. So when you're doing Tuishou, it's very important. Think about you. Don't think about him. If you think in a competitive way, you will think about him. Oh, he's moving. Oh, he's moving. No. Because if you do that, you will become just a different kind of animal altogether. So these are just few elements of a very complex series of things that compose the Tuishou, which I repeat is just a step towards free fighting, towards actual application, which have nothing to do with touching the hands and rotating and stuff, of course. It's a way to test certain skills, then to move over. Actually, have more to do with striking than wrestling. But this wanted to be just a short explanation, short series of considerations, then maybe we'll light a little bit your way into the knowledge of Taijiquan. See you soon.